I have little Maria here, and there's her one baby. They were born yesterday. It was about 5 days ago. I got an X-ray that it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was actually 6 days ago. It was 5 days. I got the X-ray on Monday, and the puppies were born on Saturday. So that was 5 days later. And the X-ray showed that they were huge for her, a little 4.5 pounder. And so I knew it was going to be a problem. There was going to be a C-section. But if you only breed them one time and you have it written down on a calendar, that's one thing, and okay, I can go in. But breeders usually don't do that because they have bilateral uteruses. So if they breed once, they could breed a few days later, and they have puppies on one side and they have puppies on the other side. And the more that you have in there, the smaller they usually are, which is a good thing for delivery. So you want that. So I let them stay together, from coming into heat until coming out of heat. So they breed as much as possible. And I marked down hookup dates, and I also marked down the dates of when there's a lot of flirting in case I didn't see a hookup date. So with her, I didn't see a hookup date. So I had it written down. I got the X-ray on Monday, and on Thursday was the day of heavy flirting that I wrote down. Now, there's been times where I went in for a C-section, and it was way too early, and it was a nightmare. I remember the one time it was a nightmare. There was 2 puppies. One of them didn't make it, and one of them did miraculously. I don't even know how I did that. That was amazing. I mean, I still have to pat myself on the back over that one. But it's just the horriblest thing is to go in for a C-section that you elect to do. And I had my reasons for it with this other dog. And then here you go, and you've got premature babies. Ugh. So I didn't want that. So I was thinking, okay, I can take her temperature, and maybe I could do that. But in the past, I've had bad luck with temperatures. So I don't trust temperatures anymore. Once you have bad luck once, you lose your trust. So I just said, I'm just going to watch her like a hawk, like I do all my pregnant mamas. Sleep next to them. If I go somewhere, I got someone else watching them. And I was watching her. So I can't feel guilty for not doing that. And then Saturday, she didn't even contract. And all of a sudden, there was some green stuff coming out of her. At least I didn't see any contractions. There was a bunch of green stuff, and I mean a bunch. And that's usually a horrible sign. And it was a horrible sign. So anyhow, I got her into the vet. We got the C-section. And he came out. This one here came out first. And he was just vigorous as he could be, which tells me that there wasn't a struggle in the womb. But what happened was the other one, who was in their second, was the placenta was detached. So that can happen, and it did happen, and they can't survive that. So he's going to have to grow up by himself with his mama. But that's okay. And then I'm going to spay her because this is her second C-section. She's tiny, and she obviously has genes for bigger ones. He's going to weigh 4.6, which is really not that big. But, I mean, look at the size compared to her. She can't do it. So, no. If I would have not got her to the vet, he would have been dead too. So, it is what it is. He's the only survivor. It's a sad thing to deal with. But watching him grow will make me feel better. Even though he won't have his brother to play with. But he'll have mama to play with. And maybe if other litter is born soon enough, he can play with some of those puppies. Yeah. Her nails are long. I have to cut them. I'm going to wait till she heals up a little bit more before I do that. I don't like cutting them when they're pregnant either. So, like messing with that. We cut them we have other times where we can cut your nails. So, she will end up being available. Okay. Well, I will update next week.